Fresh beef greets customers daily at the R&R Market.
You got to have a purpose for getting up in the morning, and I think this is what this does for us.
Felix and Claudia Romero have operated this San Luis landmark for most of their lives.
50 years. We're going on 50 years. We started in December of 1969.
With no idea what it took to run a business. Absolutely none. But we survived it.
The Romeros raised their family in this store.
I remember riding my bike down the aisles and almost crashing into people.
Stephen Romero now runs a ranch which provides the grass-fed beef to the meat counter.
It's a real sense of pride and a real sense of knowing who you are and where you come from, and a real sense of home.
The store embodies small-town Colorado.
This was the center of people's social life. This is a kind of a mom-pop type business.
But not just any mom-and-pop type business. This one pushes family-run to historic proportions.
The business itself has been here 160 years.
It's the oldest business in the state, continuously operated by the same family.
Dario Gallegos was Felix's great-great-grandfather. He opened up the first mercantile in San Luis in 1857 to supply the first settlers to what had just become U.S. territory.
In order to get permanent settlers into that part of Spain, which is now the San Luis Valley, they issued land grants. And so they started growing crops down there, raising cattle, raising sheep.
The store's ties to the community have remained unchanged through the generations.
They fill my buses.
The future, however, is now in question.
It's been a rewarding experience for us, though. We've enjoyed doing it, but it's time for us to quit.
The Romeros are retiring from the grocery business.
We hate to let go, but it's time.
It could be a major and a huge loss if it ever has to close.
Community leaders are working with the Romeros to find a way to continue the business, and more importantly, the tradition.
So finding someone who has that cultural connection or that understanding of the community and why it's important to keep it.
The Economic Development Council sees the market fitting in with their plans to promote the Hispanic culture of the region.
This particular store can play a major role in how all of this is brought together. So that's our role, is what can we do to identify someone that is in the position to want to do this and carry this forward and make a living of it.
In an area like San Luis, that presents challenges.
We've always been designated as a low-income area, so it's hard for people to go out and try to borrow money and do things because the banks think that, the value isn't here.
Felix says the value lies in the cultural ties.
You don't find places like this anywhere anymore.
It forms the basis for the settlement history of Colorado. That's where it all started. It didn't start up in the gold fields. It didn't start in Denver or Golden, any place like that. It all started down there in the San Luis Valley.
The Romeros hope the pioneering spirit which settled San Luis will carry the market forward.
We'll find a way to do that. We just need to help